Hi guys, it's Zoe here again, and this is the third part of my mini series to do with the game Tetris or Blickblock, and it's actually going to be a build challenge. So, if I'm going to run through the rules, I guess guidelines to start with, and then later on I'm going to show you the build that I did. It's quite short, but anyway, let's get into it. But actually, before I do, even if you don't want to do this challenge, it mean a lot to me if you could share it so that people could see it. Because just in case you don't want to do it, some other people might want to, and I'd love to see everyone's creations. But first, I guess guideline is that it has to be in a Tetris shape. Um, in any rotation, and it contains 4 blocks. So if you look online, and you can kind of see it in the background on my picture, there's the different shapes that you get in the Tetris game. And as you're playing, they rotate and stuff like that. So you can use any kind of combination that you want with that kind of thing. And yeah, so then the blocks themselves, I've done the guideline as 4 by 6, and to be a medium wall height, and that means that the length that is 4 spaces wide is at the front, and 6 going lengthways. That means that it's big enough for you to put some stairs in and also living space. I tried in my previous build, if you watched that, to make a house with I made several different shapes all together that were 3 by 5, and they were on a lower height, wall height, and that was like an extra challenge. Like, they were really small. So I wanted this to be challenging, but that was too challenging. But anyway, so if you put the 4 at the front and the medium wall height, it will come up as a square, like the squares in Tetris. So then the next guideline is the cost limit is 30k. Originally, I wanted it to be a starter home challenge, but because the rooms were quite big and there was obviously 4 of them, it meant that, and especially if you want to use the glowing paint, which I've used in my previous builds, which is quite expensive, it ended up like cutting out quite a lot of that 20k to start with. So I upped it to 30k. I thought that with the size of the house, it'd be better for someone who, has already worked their way up their career a bit, maybe had a couple of kids, but like as their second home rather than their starter home. So that's why the limit is 30k. Also, as a bonus challenge, you'll see in a minute the blocks themselves, when you draw them, there's going to be walls in between. And if you want to add an extra difficulty to the challenge, then you can keep those walls in and not delete them. But obviously, bonus challenge, you don't have to do it. Also, what I'm going to try and do once I get a few entries, if you guys want, of course, is I might put them all together into one big apartment block on a huge lot. And obviously, that's going to take a long time because I won't be able to put the 4 houses on the lot. I'll have to do it room by room. So it's going to take me a while. But you guys are worth it. So if you want that, let me know. Put it in the comments and I'll do that. Also, let me know if you build this so I can put it all in a playlist. But anyway, let's get into the build. I hope you enjoyed the video and hope you enjoy the challenge. Okay, see you soon. Hello again. So this is my build. I went for the T shape that's on its side. I thought it would be quite cool to make a little balcony and have an area underneath the house, that kind of thing. I also planned this out before I started the recording, so that's why the building's quite quick. But yeah, so I wanted it to still be, really sort of in tune with the Tetris theme and that kind of stuff. But I didn't want it to be exactly the same as the other stuff I'd already built because I thought I wanted to, have something slightly different. I didn't want, it to be boring and be the same as everything you've seen in these past couple of videos that I've done. So I sort of tweaked it up a little bit. I had cutaways and things like that. I also tried to use these different windows, and they actually took up quite a lot of space on the outside, which also cut into my money quite a bit. but I thought it was worth it. With your builds, you can do it with the bright colours like I've done, you can do it with like more subdued colours, you can do it in the style that I did before, you can do it in a way that you think is better, but yeah, give it a go, whichever way. So downstairs we've got the kitchen, and it's a pretty simple kitchen, and I kind of go for a modern style. We go for the second, the second cheapest cooker, because I thought that the colour went better. That's why. Maybe I could have saved some money if I had picked the other one. But yeah, the kitchen's really quite plain and simple. But instead of saying that, you know, it's less interesting, let's call it simplistic and modern, maybe. But anyway, I tried to enlarge that arrow because I thought it could make. I thought that maybe the window would cut it in half and it would make a cool wall decoration, but that didn't work. So I'm just trying to, you know, fill up the space, make it look a little bit more interesting than it was, because it was very plain. But we're going up here, doing the doors and doing the railing, and yeah, another really simple bathroom. And then this is the kids' bedroom, right? So what I wanted is to have like a little play area underneath the stairs. You know, when you're a kid and you make little forts out of like your blankets and stuff like that, and you play underneath them. I thought that would be awesome with the stairs. Obviously, if it was like a real build, the wall would go up to the stairs and you still have the space underneath. I've seen that in lots of different houses, but it's not really something you can do in The Sims. So what I tried to do is, I guess, replicate the blankets that you would put over a blanket fort by separating the stairs and the room with the curtains. Obviously, they weren't long enough to reach the bottom, which would have been really cool, but we don't have curtains that long. So that's why they're like that. Also, this little balcony that I put out front there, you can't actually get to, but if you wanted to make a door through the bathroom, you could do that, but I don't think that's a very good place for a door. Also, it's a bit small, but I liked it as a decorational thing on the outside. I also cut off the headboard for this bed slightly into the wall, and I also cut off the board at the bottom and kind of make it look as if the chest of drawers there was actually built in. And now this desk, I'm really surprised, it's exactly the same price as the really cheap, plain, simple one, and I would have thought that something, you know, that fancy would have been a lot more expensive, but yeah, I obviously used the cheat to unlock that, I think. So if you want that cheat, then I'll put it in the description, or just ask me and I'll tell you. But we're doing the lounge up here. I love this blue. If you've watched all my other videos, I've said before, this is my favourite colour. So I thought, seeing as I was again going for a blue theme with the house, I wanted to use this bright blue. I was going to go for something, you know, calming and that kind of thing, but no, I went for something really bright in the end. And then here we're putting in the little path. I tried with all the rocks and stuff like that, but then we look at the price and I go like 50 simoleons over, so I have to like delete it all, and then I think, oh, I can put in a path like I have the other ones, but then I also didn't have enough money to build a border around the edge, so this is me trying to delete a window so I have enough money to do stuff. But yeah, and that's the end of the build. Thanks for watching.